Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Clarissa Rodriguez, Chair of the New York State Workers' Compensation Board. Today's meeting is being webcast remotely throughout various locations in New York State, as well as webcast live for members of the public. So welcome, everyone. I now have the honor of calling the 1028th meeting of the full board to order. Madam Secretary, will you please call attendance?
Vice Chair Foster?
Here.
Board Member Higgins?
Here.
Board Member Lobin?
Here.
Board Member Williams?
Here.
Board Member Hull?
Here.
Board Member Crane?
Here.
Board Member Stasko?
Here.
Board Member Tavares?
Here.
Board Member Caginelli?
Here.
Board Member DeLong?
Here.
Board Member Delgado?
Here.
Board Member Perez?
Here.
And Madam Chair.
Here.
We have a full board.
Thank you. All right, agenda item 1, approval of the December 19th, 2023 meeting minutes. Board members, you have all received a copy of the December 2023 meeting minutes for your review. Are there any questions or need for a discussion? Okay, hearing none, is there a motion to accept the board meeting minutes for December 2023?
Board Member Delana, make a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
Thank you, Board Member Delan. Is there a second?
Board member, this is Board Member Caginelli, and I second that motion.
Thank you, Board Member Caginelli, for that second. Is there any opposition to the motion? Okay, hearing no opposition, board members all in favor, please say aye.
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 Thank you. All opposed? Hearing no opposition, I am also a yes. Thank you, board members. That motion is passed. Agenda item 2, Office of General Counsel's Departmental Report. General Counsel Heather McMaster will now present the Office of General Counsel's Departmental Report for the month of December.
Good morning, Madam Chair, Madam Vice Chair, members of the board. In December of 2023, the Office of General Counsel held 15,570 hearings. The Adjudication Division resolved 10,084 cases at hearing and issued 279 reserve decisions. 1,784 waiver agreements were also finalized in the Adjudication Division. The Administrative Review Division received 1,080 applications for review. They processed 803, and there are currently 6,693 applications pending. And in legal affairs, there were 89 full board review applications received, 103 were processed, and there's a current inventory of 2015 full board review applications pending. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Board members, are there any questions or need for a discussion? Okay, hearing none, may I please have a motion to accept the Office of General Counsel's Departmental Report?
Yes, Madam Chair, this is Board Member Mark Higgins. I move to accept the report of the General Counsel.
Thank you very much, Board Member Higgins. Is there a second?
Yes, Madam Chair. Go ahead, Lauren. This is Board Member Stasko, and I second that motion.
Okay, thank you, Board Member Stasko, for that second. Is there any opposition to the motion? Hearing no opposition, board members, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Hearing no opposition, that motion is also passed. Thank you. Agenda item 3, there are no licensing applications this month to consider, so we'll move on to our legal appeals. Heather McMaster will now present the recommendations concerning decisions by the Appellate Division.
Thank you, Madam Chair. With respect to items 4A through 4C, it is the Office of General Counsel's recommendation to adopt the decisions of the court as the decisions of the board.
Okay, thank you, board members. May I please have a motion to accept the recommendations of the Office of General Counsel?
Yes, Madam Chair, this is Board Member Linda Hull, and I move to accept the legal appeals as presented by General Counsel Heather McMaster.
Thank you very much, Board Member Hall. Is there a second?
Board Member Crane, I second.
Okay, thank you for that second, Board Member Crane. Board members, is there any opposition to the motion? Okay, hearing no opposition, board members all in favor, please say aye.
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 All opposed? Okay, hearing no opposition, I am also a yes, that motion is passed. Thank you. Agenda item 5, there are no mandatory cases for our review this month, so we will move on to our discretionary full board review. And I turn this portion of the agenda over to Vice Chair Foster.
Thank you, Madam Chair. For the case listed in item 6 of your agenda, it's been recommended that full board review be granted. That case is the matter of Weitzman Recycling LLC. I move to refer the case back to its respective panel for further consideration.
Thank you very much, Vice Chair Frida Foster. Is there a second?
Yes, Madam Chair, this is Board Member Cantinelli, and I second that motion.
Thank you, Board Member Caginelli. Is there any opposition to the motion? Hearing no opposition, board members, all in favor, please say aye.
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 Thank you. All opposed? Hearing none, I am also a yes. That motion is passed. Thank you, board members. Board members, is there any other business to discuss? No? Okay, thank you. So we'll move on to our guest speaker. And now to introduce our guest speaker, who's in the room with us today, is actually Juanita Perez, Deputy Director of Intergovernmental and Regulatory Services. Thank you for being here today, Juanita, to introduce George.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Madam Chair, Vice Chair, board members, thank you for providing our team the opportunity to present to you this morning. Again, I'm Juanita Perez, the Deputy Director for the Board's Division of Intergovernmental and Regulatory Services. Our division has overall responsibility for services provided to internal and external stakeholders, to include integrated services, data management, and language access. In addition, we advise the Chair and Executive Director on matters of risk management, regulatory compliance, and internal controls. As a side, I hope you enjoyed last year's presentation by our division's Senior Vocational Rehabilitation Counselor, Taniqua Hunter. Today, you will hear from our Director of Data Management and Analytics, George Stolas. George holds a bachelor's degree in computer information systems from Sage College. He has been in state service for 24 years, 22 of which have been with the board, behind the scenes, framing and implementing the many decisions that have led to the way we currently collect and assess our data. George also serves as the data lead for the Onboard Systems Modernization Program, ensuring we improve the availability and reliability of board system data for the future. As the Director of the Data Management and Analytics Unit, George has encouraged his team to produce and assess board data in ways that make our information for all stakeholders more timely, applicable, and efficient. Last but not least, George is a very busy person outside of the office, as he is the father of triplets. We are very lucky to have him. George, you're up.
Thanks so much, Juanita.
Lucky to have him.
Thank you, Juanita.
Good morning, Madam Chair, Madam Vice Chair, members of the board, and colleagues. Thank you for the opportunity to speak today. As Juanita mentioned, my name is George Stolas. I'm Director of the Data Management and Analytics Team, or DMA for short. Today, I'd like to provide you with an overview of what the DMA team does, how we do it, and hopefully we'll have a few minutes later to discuss further. Oops, sorry. Oh, there aren't slides to advance. Great.
You can if you want. You can still see it from here if that's helpful.
You can tell Laura, and she'll.
Yes.
Okay. All right. DMA ensures the right people have access to the right data to inform their decision-making needs, with an expectation of quality and reliability. Simply put, we compile data, turn it into information, and help people make decisions with it. We are part of the Office of Intergovernmental and Regulatory Services and are primarily located here in Schenectady. My team is comprised of a dozen analysts, statisticians, and researchers who specialize in understanding data. We help develop and maintain the board's data warehouse, which is comprised of data from nearly all board systems. We provide research, data analysis, and various recurring and on-demand reports leveraging the data in the data warehouse. We assist board leadership with policy-making decisions. We use data to help identify business process improvement opportunities in workers' comp system. We enable a broad understanding of the agency's mission and values by using data. We work closely with executive management to develop key strategic metrics designed to help the agency achieve its mission. We are currently engaged in the onboard program, helping to identify data and reporting needs for the future. DMA provides on-demand data analysis and reports to both internal and external requesters through our data request process. Requests are submitted either directly to DMA staff or to our data request mailbox. Requests are evaluated to ensure that the data is available and that the questions raised can reliably be answered. Requests are then assigned, developed, reviewed, and delivered. We receive requests of many different kinds. We receive requests to research the performance of internal board programs for decision-making purposes, for analysis of externally published research and news articles that include information about the Workers' Comp Board, to analyze data and provide insight, to inform policy-making decisions or to determine the impact of proposed legislation, to create ad hoc reports for internal and external customers, to produce data in response to FOIA requests, to respond to inquiries from members of the media, and in response to subpoenas for jury proceedings. To give you a sense of the volume of requests we receive, in 2023, DMA handled over 400 total requests. That's an average of 1.7 requests per day. Not all requests are created equal. Some can be handled by one person in less than an hour, while others may require a team and could take a week or more to complete. Approximately a third of our requests in 2023 came from members of executive management. Another third came from internal program areas such as claims operations, adjudication, administrative review, finance, compliance, and medical director's office. Over 70 external requests came through FOIL, press inquiries, or from other public entities and other state agencies. DMA is also responsible for helping to produce several periodic reports for the Workers' Compensation Board. Pursuant to Section 153 of the Workers' Comp Law, the board's annual report, published each year on February 1st, details the board's work in hearing and deciding cases and related aspects of board operations. Pursuant to Section 35 of the Workers' Compensation Law, and as part of the 2017 Workers' Comp reforms, the board is charged with tracking and reporting annually on all claimants who have been awarded permanent partial disability status. DMA also produces a suite of dashboards each month for executive management to evaluate internal board performance. Each week, DMA produces a report for Chamber that includes key board metrics. In accordance with New York State insurance laws, DMA contributes to an annual report published by the appointed public actuary on the impact of the 2017 Workers' Comp reforms. We also produce an internal monthly report tracking COVID-19 workers' compensation claims. Each quarter, DMA publishes anonymized workers' comp claim data to the New York State Open Data website. These data sets are available to the public and include information about workers' comp claims assembled since 2000. The data and reports that DMA produce serve a broader purpose. They provide insight to those who seek information to help them make decisions. There were many instances in 2023 where DMA provided data that helped achieve an important goal. Here are just a few. On September 6, 2023, Governor Kathy Hochul signed into law a bill that increased the minimum benefit rate for permanent and temporary partial disabilities. DMA worked to evaluated the impact of the proposed changes. DMA also performed an analysis to evaluate the impact of the proposed bill to modify the board's hearing process. Throughout 2023, DMA produced monthly dashboards for executive management These dashboards were used to monitor and improve critical processes that serve workers' comp stakeholders, including the timely processing of mail, the timely scheduling of hearings, and the timely resolution of claim disputes. The board's medical director's office is responsible for responding to Level 3 prior authorization requests, or PARs. DMA provided weekly data to the MDO that helped them eliminate their backlog of pending PARs that were older than 30 days. Finally, DMA provided analysis of paper request for action RFA 1LC forms that helped inform the design of the future onboard request for action electronic form intake process. These are just a few examples of where the DMA team was able to leverage data to help make decisions and improvements. Since 2012, DMA has helped build and maintain the board's data warehouse, which is a central database comprised of data from board application systems like CIS, IC2, HPA, eClaims, Onboard Limited Release, and more. DMA also helps to manage the centralized reporting platform that board users use to access data in the warehouse. This web-based tool is known as Pentaho. Pentaho allows users to build their own reports, dashboards, and visualizations. Nearly all reports that DMA produce come from the data warehouse or from Pentaho. These are two very important tools that provide a single version of the truth of board data. DMA is also looking toward the future. We're working closely with the onboard team to identify data and reporting needs for the future system to help ensure a more efficient board and a more responsive, efficient, and effective system. DMA is helping to improve the availability and quality of data to be used for automation and analysis to increase reliability and reduce the chance for errors. Onboard will vastly improve our ability to help the board make decisions with data, and that's something we're very excited about. Thank you all again for the opportunity to speak to you today about the work that data management and analytics team does.
Thank you.
Thank you, George.
Thank you.
Okay, and now, board members, may I please have a motion to adjourn today's meeting?
Madam Chair, this is Board Member Linda Hall, and I move to adjourn the meeting.
Thank you, Board Member Hall. Is there a second?
Madam Chair, this is Board Member Caginelli, and I second that motion.
Thank you, Board Member Caginelli. Is there any opposition to the motion? Okay, hearing no opposition, board members, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
I am also a yes. That motion is passed, meeting adjourned. Thank you all.